Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about makeup brushes. This is by no means a comprehensive video. I'm just going to tell you my opinion about certain brands and makes of brushes. I'm going to tell you what I use certain brushes for, because a lot of times I don't use them for what they're intended for, but I have found out by accident, trial and error, that some brushes are actually better for other things than what they were designed for. I'm just going to give you very little information about some things that I have found out. But anyways, before I get into that, let me just quickly tell you what I have on today for products. I'm wearing L'Oreal Studio Secrets Magic Perfecting Base, Revlon Beyond Natural Concealer, Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse Foundation, Maybelline Dream Mousse Blush in Pink Frosting, Maybelline Dream Matte Powder, Urban Decay Primer Potion, five different shades of Milani Runway Eyes eyeshadow. I have a whole bunch of these, and I just started putting on colors and more colors, and the next thing I knew, I ended up with rainbow eyes. So, I don't know. I was just having fun, but I've got on Lily White, Girls Love Pink, Leaf Green, Royalty, and Caribbean Sea. And I've got on MAC Black Track Fluid Line Gel Eyeliner, Maybelline The Falsies Mascara, and for lip products I'm wearing Revlon Incarnation, and the Revlon Lip Gloss, Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in Pink Pop. And this is the, is it Color Burst? Oh my gosh, I forgot what this formula is called. I think it's Color Burst. Yeah. I could be wrong. Okay, brushes. I'm gonna try to talk fast because, you know, there's a lot you can say about brushes. But let me just give you a brief rundown about some of the ones that I own and some of the things that that I've learned about brushes. Brushes come in all different price ranges, okay? To me, personally, you know, the price range or the amount of money you spend for a brush is relative. What I mean by that is I'm going to give you recommendations for high-end brushes, moderately priced brushes, and inexpensive brushes that I think are all very good, worth the money, and I'm gonna tell you some things to stay away from that I consider to be a waste of money. I'm going to start off with MAC. Okay, I know there's a lot of brushes more expensive than MAC, but to me personally, that would be a high-end brush. If you can afford to, I strongly recommend you buy MAC brushes. What I did is, when I first started buying makeup brushes, is I bought cheap ones, and then I would buy like one MAC brush every few months until I had the ones that I considered to be important or necessary. And I'm still doing that. If you remember last week's video, I bought the 129. So I still don't have even all the ones that I would like to have, but I'm almost there. So anyways, let me just talk a little bit about brushes. Brushes come in natural hair, which is animal hair, and synthetic hair. And with natural hair brushes, the more you wash them, the softer they get. With synthetic brushes, the more you wash them, the stiffer the bristles are going to get. So you may want to keep that in mind when you're brush shopping. If you feel a synthetic brush and it's stiff, keep in mind it's going to get worse and more difficult to work with. So if it isn't soft to begin with, you may want to stay away from that particular brand or style or number or whatever. All the MAC brushes, to my knowledge, are made out of goat hair. I've tried to do some research on this, and I believe that based on what I read, I did not get this from MAC themselves, but based on what I read, from what I can see, all their brushes are goat hair. Which could be surprising because I was under the false impression at one time that when you saw white hair on a brush that meant synthetic and brown meant natural. No, that's not necessarily true. Take this brush for example. This is a MAC 217. Now you would think that this was a synthetic brush because the hair is white. It's not. It's just white goat hair. I sort of got that misrepresentation of the white versus brown from someone at a store once, led me to believe that that was the case, but you can't go by the color. Okay, so anyways, well, I talked about the 217, so I might as well mention that this is an excellent blending brush. Definitely one of my favorites. I also like the 224. They're both blending brushes, but they have different purposes. This one here is nice and fluffy, and see the way it's shaped. So if you want to lightly blend something, then this is a good brush for that. This is also a great brush for applying mineral pigments. I really like this for that. And this is better if you're trying to blend out like some matte finish eyeshadows where you need a lot of blending with a more denser, stiff brush. This is perfect for that. So at the very least you want to have a couple of blending brushes that are different textures. And then while we're on the subject of eye brushes, I like to use the gel eyeliner on my waterline. So you're going to need a brush for that. This is the Sonia Kashuk one, and Sonia Kashuk brushes are available at Target. This is more of a mid-range priced brush, and I'm not going to quote you exact prices because it's going to differ from stores to store in different parts of the country or even world. I don't even know if they have Target in other countries. But anyways, this is a very good brush. I find, for me personally, I actually work better with a shorter handle. So I have this, which didn't cost me anything. This came free with a Revlon gel liner that I had bought, and see how tiny the head on that is? It's really little, and so you can either like pack the liner on like and just go right along the edge of the waterline, or you can drag it across. But with this, you're going to have to obviously use a dragging motion, but this gives you more options as to the way you feel like applying it. And there is no, set way. It's going to be whatever gets the product on, that's the motion that is easiest for you. So I like those for gel liner. And then also another option is this type of brush. And this is an Essence of Beauty brush. These are available at CVS, and for the money, these are excellent brushes. If you don't have a lot of money to spend on brushes, or you're just starting off, I highly recommend these. I do not recommend, where did it go? Here it is. I'm so disappointed because I really wanted to love this, but this is an Eco Tools brush, and I tested this out over the last 18 hours or so, and I can't say that I can recommend this, which is a shame because this is synthetic, this is recycled aluminum, and this is wood, so the whole thing is very like eco-friendly, but I really wasn't happy with the way that it worked for me or the way it applied, or I don't know. I feel bad because I wanted to love that brand, but I don't. Anyway, Essence of Beauty, this is another type of eyeliner brush that you can use. I haven't used this kind in a long time, but I think I might give it a shot because this can be a nice type of eyeliner brush to work with. This is really good for taking like an eyeshadow and turning it into an eyeliner. That's, to me, that's what this brush is nice to work with. Okay, and then for foundation, I like the MAC 130 brush, especially with cream foundation, because I just go small circles all over my face and it doesn't waste a lot of product. Now most people use a 187. These all look funny, by the way, because I just washed them. A lot of people use the 187 brush, and they're both dual fiber, which basically means two different types of material. You can see how it's black here and then lighter up here. That's just two different kinds of hair or bristles. Anyway, most people like the 187. To me, this is a wicked waste of product because it just picks up too much. And then you don't want your foundation to look cakey, so the less product you have on your brush, the less likely it's going to end up cakey because it won't end up on your face. So I prefer the 130 for foundation. Something that I don't recommend for foundation, that I have seen people say on videos, is to buy a foundation brush at a place like a craft store, like this Low Cornell brush. These are so stiff and so uncomfortable on your face, and I don't feel as if they blend well. So I do not recommend trying to cut corners by buying brushes at a craft store, whether it be a face brush, eye brush, nothing. I've tried both kinds and I'm really not happy with that at all. Let's see, back to eye brushes for a minute. This is the 239? I hope that's right, because the numbers are worn off here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 239. This is a shader brush by MAC, and this is really great for packing color on your lids. So I recommend that one. This Essence of Beauty is one of those dual-ended brushes. I don't recommend getting the dual kind because when you wash them, the water, because you're going to be tipping it this way and that way, the water is going to get inside the ferrule and it's going to wreck it basically. See, I don't know if you can see that. This isn't supposed to turn like that, so it's almost broken here, and that's because it's impossible to wash it properly if you've used both ends of the brush. But see this wide one right here? This I kind of like to sweep highlighter under my brow bone for this particular style. But this can also be used for blending if you wanted to. It's pretty dense though. Or you could even pack color on your lid. You could probably get away with, if you're just starting off buying one brush, you could probably get away with something like this. But you might want something a little bit more narrow. And then